This is an example of the logic tree. Okay, as a company, you are wondering how to develop, how to grow your company. There are a lot of different options. I try to divide a lot of different options using the MECE concept, and this company growth option on the left hand side shows a kind of the logic tree. Okay, company growth is our problem to solve, and then there are solutions. Two of the solutions. One is growing in the current business. The other is expanding to the new business. Okay, so growing in the current business is different from expanding to the new business. So each growth option is mutually exclusive. There's nothing overlapped between growth in the current businesses and expanding to the new businesses. And again, if we look at the growth option in the current business and new business, it may cover the entire issues about the company growth. So nothing is left uncovered in exploring the company growth, except for the growth in the current businesses and expanding to the new businesses. Okay, so in the first level, the problem of the company growth is divided into two solution areas according to the MECE rules. Now let's try to disaggregate growth in the current businesses into the smaller pieces, the smaller solutions. Okay, so growth in the current business is divided into one option, which is growth in the existing markets, and the other option is entering into the new markets. Growth in the existing market is different from entering into the new markets. Right? Growth in the existing market means you are selling the identical product to the existing customers a little more aggressively. And entering into the new market means you are still selling the existing product, but you sell those products to new customers or new generations. For example, our product is, the target of our product is in their 40s and 50s. And if we sell our existing product to the customers in the 40s and 50s more and more, and that is the area of growth in the existing market. And if we decided to sell our existing product to the customers in their 20s and 30s, and then that means entering into the new markets. But whether or not we sell this product, the existing product, to the customers in the 40s or 50s or in their 20s or 30s, still we are selling the same existing product. So growth in the current business covers those two solutions. So in that sense, growth in the current business is divided into growth in the existing market and entering into the new market. That is mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. Let's have a look at entering into the new market and expanding to the new businesses. It's quite different. Expanding to the new business means developing a new product and launch this product. Entering into the new market means still we produce the existing product and then we introduce the existing product to the new customers. So there's definitely difference between entering into the new market and expanding to the new business. Okay. Now let's move on a little bit deeper. Please look at the box of the growth in the existing market. What are the ways to grow in the existing market? One is simply increase the market share of our product in the existing market. That means we are taking away market share of the competitors. Okay? That's the ideal way of increasing the growth. But there's another way in growing in the growth of the existing market. That's merger and acquisitions. Instead of competing with the competitors and try to sell more against the competitors, we may simply acquire the market share of the competitors, simply combining the two companies into one, especially in the area of the maturing market. In the maturing market, it's very difficult for one company to increase their market share against the competitors because the market size is not growing and it's declining actually, and the players in the market are competing very strongly, very intensively. The result of such competition might be not win-win situation to each player, but all the players may lose. All the players are the losers in such competitions. In that case, merger and acquisition might be quite good solution. So consolidation of the market share in the existing maturing market is quite useful. So when exploring the growth option in the existing market, so you may consider two distinctive options. One is increasing the market share of our company at the expense of the competitor. And the other option is consolidation of the players, mergers and acquisitions. So that's also MECE, mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. On your right hand side, that's the contribution to growth by option. It's the result of the chart is a summary of the actual research of the company growth options, and that's in some timing, that's the actual numbers. So that means if you explore growth by increasing your market share in the existing market, the contribution to the entire growth is only 22%. So in some cases, it's better for you to explore the mergers and acquisitions instead of trying to increase your market shares. M&A could contribute to growth by 35%. But the biggest contribution option is both entering into the new market and expanding to the new businesses. The contribution to growth is the biggest, 43%. What's the implication? If you are a company who is considering how to grow your company, number one, instead of focusing only one option, try to think about a lot of different options. So in this case, 4 different options at the same time by disaggregating the potential solutions into 4 different areas. And lesson number 2, expanding to new business and entering into the new market. Please consider this option very seriously, because based on the research, this option contributes to the growth the highest. Okay? So of course you have to increase the market share by doing your best in your own areas. But think about the other options, expanding to the new business or new markets. That gives the highest growth contribution to the company growth in general. Okay, this is an illustration of the example of the logic tree in company growth options.